Hi everyone, my name is Mark Moikens from Big Mountain Studio. If you're interested in iOS development, then subscribe and click on that bell icon and you'll get notified when new, cool iOS tutorials come out. In this video, we're going to update our project to Swift 5. Luckily, there's only going to be one warning. It has to do with a new keyword introduced into Swift 5 called @unknown. So let's see what it's all about. Okay, we're just going to head into our project and start the conversion, and then we're going to handle this warning that we get. Okay, we're in our Xcode project. And as you may have noticed, there is a warning. So let's click on that. And it says conversion to Swift 5 is available. So all we're going to do is click on that to convert it. Now, you may wonder, what version of Swift are we currently even using? Well, you can just come back here to the project navigator and click on Itinerary up there. And make sure you're selecting the correct target, our app right here. You don't want the project, you want the target. And then go to build settings, which is what we're on currently. You'll probably start off on general. Go to build settings. And then to filter it down, just start typing in Swift. And you should see it right here, Swift 4.2. I think if we also go to basic, it narrows down that list. Yeah. So here we are. We're currently using Swift 4.2, and we're going to update it to 5. So let's come back here and click on this, and we'll just click Next. All right, awesome. No source changes necessary. So we're just going to update from there. And what I like to do, just to make sure everything's working fine, is just do a build. All right, great. Everything is building. So you notice there's a new warning, though. It says switch covers known cases, but this PH authorization status, which is an enum for the status that we check to see if the person has access to the photo library, it says it may have additional unknown values possibly added in the future. Handle these unknown values with @unknown default. So let's click on that. So this is the switch that it's talking about right here. And it's basically saying we're doing a good job and we're handling all of the cases that it has, because in Swift, you have to handle every single case that you have. So we're doing a good job. And this is basically the warning that we're getting right here. So I'm actually going to copy this enum name here. And then we'll just click on it. It says handle unknown values using @unknown default. So if you click it, you notice it adds a default down here. And what is that actually doing? It's basically going to give you a warning if Apple updates that enum and adds a new status to it. So for example, all I'm going to do is just print out a message to myself. And that's really what's going to happen. If Apple adds a new value to PH authorization status, well, this is going to come in here and print this out. But what it's also going to do is it's just going to warn me when I try to build the project. So it's not going to break my app. So for example, say denied, this status right here doesn't even exist in the enum. So we never had to handle it. And then next year they came out with a new denied. So what happens is if we try to build our project, notice it still builds, right? And we can still deploy it and it'll still work, but it gives us a warning now, a Swift compiler warning. Switch must be exhaustive. And it only does that because we have this unknown here. So if we take that out and we build it, let's see what we get. See, it's not even warning us. It's not even telling us that denied isn't handled. It thinks denied is handled because we have a default, and it's just going to come down here and run this. But if we leave the @unknown, then it's going to go one step further and say, hey, we know you have a default, but we want to let you know that there's a new value and maybe you want to handle it. So it's a nice way to let other developers know when they come out with new enum values so they can manually handle it in their switch statements. And that's basically it. It's a nice little convenient feature to communicate from one developer to another developer. Okay, that's it for this very short video. You now have a better idea on what @unknown is and how it'll work in the future when new items are added to an enum. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. And if you'd like to help out this channel, provide a translation just for the title and the description of the video. If you do that for your own native language, then people who speak your language or live in your country will have an easier time finding this video. Thanks, and keep climbing that big mountain to be a great developer.